Nervous about recording your very first reel? You don't know how to use the app? You're worried you won't be trendy? This is a must-see video for you. Not only are you going to learn the editing basics and how to add text bubbles, I'm going to show you how to take your niche and apply it to a trend, any trend, using the account of someone who recently commented on one of my posts. This is from Holly McHugh Lactation. She says, how do I learn the basics? Edits, adding text bubbles. I got you, Holly. Let's look at your account. Looking at Holly's account, she has it very clear who she helps, families who breastfeed. But let's look at this. Holly has actually posted 2 reels, her very first reels.
3 tips for when you return to work. Bring a container and drink a lot of water. That's important. Spare parts. Always a good idea to have some spare parts in your desk drawer or your bag.
Holly, this is a great first reel. You gave specific tips to help your ideal person, but let's take it up a notch and let's recreate it inside the Instagram app with the Reels features. We've got Instagram pulled up. We're going to hit that plus in the top right corner. We're going to hit Reel. Then we're going to select the effect we would like to use on our face, and you simply go to Effects, and you're going to go to Appearance or Saved. If you have some saved in Stories, just hit that save, and I'm going to use my favorite, Subtle. And now we're ready to roll with our first clip, but we need to know what we're going to say. I would have been a little bit more specific with who you were talking to. New mamas going back to work. These are 3 breastfeeding tips for you. Let's say that. So we've got this pulled up, and if we want to use a timer, we can simply hit the clock on the left, and we can say, we want you to give me a 3-second countdown. Set timer. Done, and here we go. New mamas going back to work, here are 3 tips for breastfeeding. And then I stopped it, and then I can go in and I can look at my clip. New mamas going back to work, here are 3 tips for breastfeeding. New mamas. If I want to take that pause off the front, right there. Nope. New mamas going back to work, here are 3 I like to take the breath out. Trim. We're done with that one. For our next clip, we're going to use a prop, and we're simply going to go back in here, and we are going to set our timer once again. We just want that 3-second countdown. We are ready to go. Bring a large water container so you can stay hydrated throughout the day. Let's trim that. So we're going to go into the clip by hitting that arrow. Bring a large water container so you can stay hydrated throughout the day. Hit the scissors. We want to start right when our mouth opens. Bring a large water container so you can stay hydrated throughout the day. And end right when our mouth closes. And hit trim. Bring a large water container so you can stay hydrated throughout the day. And then we have to get our next, hit done for now. Then we have to get our next prop. These would be my pumping tools. It's been a while for me. Have a set of spare parts to keep in your desk drawer. Stop. Arrow. Scissors. Have a set of spare parts to keep in your desk drawer. Have a set of trim. Have a set of spare parts to keep in your desk drawer. Done. And our last prop for the money tip, in my opinion, and have a picture or a video of your baby. This is going to help with letdown and help you really focus on the baby and not work. And now it is time to add text. You want to have the hook that comes out of your mouth also in text. So I have typed that out here simply by hitting the A's. I'm able to pull up all the different fonts. I like the first font. I think it's very clear. And then you can type. I would be ready for my first tip. Bring a water container. And then I have my first set of text bubbles and my second. You're simply going to go down to where it says the first set of text bubbles, and you're going to hit the slider bar so that it ends after you say the hook. Then I'm going to hit my next one. Bring a large water container so you can. And you also slide where you want it to start, where you want it to end. And I want it to end before I go to my next point. Then pay attention to this. You want this to be in the center. And there's lines in here that helps you with that. There's that center line. And then if I go down with it, it also tells me to stop right there so that it's not going to be covered up by Instagram text. So that is how you apply the text and you time it out. New mamas going back to work, here are 3 tips for breastfeeding. Bring a large water container so you can stay hydrated throughout the day. Have a set of spare parts to keep in your desk drawer. Have a picture or a video of your baby. This is going to help with letdown and help you really focus on the baby and not work. Now let's go make the same reel, except we're only going to use the sound of a trend. I simply go to Instagram, I'm on the Reels page, I find a trend that I think will work. I'm going to click on the sound at the bottom, then I'm going to click Use Audio. And I'm not going to use props, I'm going to let the text bubbles be my visuals for this. That was really bad. We're gonna go with it, but I look ridiculous. So I've got my video, and now I'm gonna add my text. So the first part is going to be breastfeeding tips for working moms. And here is my final production of text bubble pointing that I'm not very good at because I never do it. Here you go. So I put the very same tips in the text bubbles. It does go fast. The whole point is you make the person watch it over and over to get all the points or take a screenshot, then you have longer watch time, which I find to be annoying, but it does work. If you found this video to be helpful, give me an A. And watch the video on your screen if you want the strategy I use that has gotten some of my reels more than 3 million views.